Hello.
Woo! All right. We're here.
How's everybody feeling?
Is everyone like asleep?
I mean, we're having some comments. We have
later in the day.
Tahir P, Michael Norris, Andrew. Hello. Thank you for joining.
I'm posting on the social medias. Don't mind me.
Post it up.
All right. What time is it where everyone's at right now? It is 8:51 p.m. here, and I feel like it's 2 in the morning. I'm just obliterated.
I do too. I feel
not obliterated like drunk or anything, but like obliterated like from the Grammys.
Is it obliterated involving drugs? Does that happen? Do people use that?
I think people say obliterated when referring to like alcohol.
Oh, okay.
Sometimes.
All right. I could see that.
It's not that. It's the Grammys that does it for us because we're exhausted.
Yes, we are exhausted.
Especially after what just happened at the Grammys.
We have comments. The Grammys hates black people. No, they don't stop. Midnight's album of the year is such a joke. Trevor Bowler's here. Hello. I love Taylor, but Midnight's is just okay in my opinion. This is ridiculous. Jeff says, hey, just got home from work. Sad for Lana. OMG. There are a lot of opinions flying about. New Taylor album was announced. Absolutely. We'll talk about it. 4-time winner. Someone is saying, I knew Taylor would win album of the year from the moment Trevor started going on about the record-breaking album of the year win. Completely undeserved. Also, the parallels from hers and Miley's acceptance speeches were shocking. We stand a proper shirt choice. I felt like every time I watch an album of the year, I should be wearing this shirt.
I didn't notice that.
Because we remember.
We remember.
Ty, I'm sick of Taylor. I'm not. Look, the thing is, and we'll talk about it.
There are 100 people here already.
I'm glad we're doing it. People want to talk.
Guys.
They want to discuss.
It's probably midnight where so many of y'all are. Midnight. Oh, midnight. It's
Maybe
midnight.
at midnight.
Wow. Y'all met us at midnight, didn't you?
We did.
Wow. For those of y'all on the East Coast.
Yes. Sad for Olivia and Lana, but excited for Taylor. Stream Jaguar 2. Y'all, Jaguar 2 is excellent. That was great seeing Victoria Monet.
Yeah, and her speech was really fun. We'll talk about it on the podcast.
Talk about it. But
I have something that I'm thrilled about her speech.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
I mean, she also seems like a very cool person.
She's very cool.
Yes.
Well, because also like I feel like musicians when they kind of like hit their stride like a little older, they're a little like seasoned and like a little like grounded.
Yeah, they know themselves.
Yeah, and they're not just like hot people who got lucky.
Right.
She is hot and lucky, but very very talented, and she worked very hard.
Absolutely.
So
which is a beautiful thing to say.
Yeah.
So ready for y'all to discuss the Jay speech? I mean, you know my feeling. They couldn't give Lana one award, homophobic. I mean, I do feel for the Lana stans. We are not among you, but I know that's heartbreaking watching your fave not win. Hi, Montrez. I liked Midnights, but it wasn't album of the year worthy. Jack Antonoff's production is cool, but Taylor's done better. I feel like everyone should be happy. Why the hate? I don't think the hate or like the feelings are truly because of Taylor herself. Like what did she do? She put out an album. It was successful.
Yeah.
She won an award. It's not her fault.
No.
There's a reason to be disappointed. The fact that like the general categories for so long, the criticism has been, you're only, giving these awards out to white people. And we're still, and definitely not black women. Certainly not a black female album that has won since the 90s. That still has not happened. We're almost a quarter century into the 2000s.
It's just so many album of the year wins.
It's so many
for not her best.
Not her best. You've seen our fucking
good,
bracket.
Perfectly good.
Fine.
Yeah,
a fine album.
Some great stuff. You're on your own, kid. Grammy worthy.
Mastermind.
Excellent song. Mastermind. Grammy worthy.
Yes.
What else?
But then there are other songs.
Other good songs.
Olivia was robbed. She deserved something for the Guts era. I did love Guts.
Yeah.
We were big fans of that album.
I'm bummed that she didn't get anything, but.
That's not Taylor's fault. Goodbye. You're a joke. Oh, I said
that.
That's how I opened it. It's not Taylor's fault.
No, we're jokes. We're just kidding.
Oh, sorry. You're right. We're jokes.
We're jokes. Whatever. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. Oh, no.
Matt Steele.
You called me a joke.
That's the thing. You're never going to get Matt Steele upset on here.
I truly don't give a fuck, guys.
Like, if you think you're going to, get Matt Steele upset via a comment on one of our things, it ain't going to happen. Jay-Z called it, says it was absolutely robbed tonight. I'm glad she was able to get on stage. And yeah, I feel like overall, the diversity of the awards, it's not like one person won everything.
Sure. Yeah.
But the issue is the general fields. For me, the issue is specifically the general fields, especially non-best new artist. Especially album. Especially album. The biggest award of the night.
Sure. Yeah. I'm happy Flowers got record of the
year.
I think it was such a huge
Flowers
hit.
is a giant hit.
Huge moment
I think
for
that
her.
is a great song. Plastic Hearts deserve more. Even if it was just like give that award to Miley and tell her it's actually for Plastic Hearts, that's fine too.
Sure.
And like, no shade. We love everyone. Flowers deserved the awards and not the album it was a part of.
Sure.
So I'm glad Miley won for that song.
Yeah.
For sure. And Streets are saying Taylor disrespected Celine. I didn't see that.
I don't think she was. I don't think she was just. I mean, it was kind of funny. So like, she's like hugging everyone, and Celine's just like waiting. But also Celine has a condition where like she can't really be like touched like harshly or anything like that. So like, I can understand why she didn't run up and grab Celine Dion.
Yes, and it's also like. Taylor Swift's a very busy person who knows if she's as plugged into pop culture as we are. Does she know about Celine's condition fully?
I would imagine
she. Oh, I was going to say I imagine she might not.
Oh, I imagine she does.
Really? Okay.
She does.
All right.
Yeah, but it's okay.
Yeah, but it wasn't like I don't know. Either way, I didn't think there was a disrespectful interaction.
No. And I do think Taylor was like very genuinely shocked that she won tonight.
No, I think she was.
So.
She was passive towards her, not rude. Dua performance of the night. I did like Dua's performance. I'm excited for that new song. The song sounded good.
I like that song. Right? Yeah.
Good performance. She took a picture with her. Yeah. Loved Jay-Z's speech. Blah, blah, blah. Cool. Thanks. I'm so glad Nicki won nothing. Nicki's had a rough week.
Yeah.
You saw the Grammys tweeted out like, congrats to Nicki. And then she didn't actually win. That was
mean.
Let
Nicki rest, guys. Let Nicki rest.
That's the thing. Just let her have a moment.
She'll be okay.
She will be fine.
Yeah.
Do you think Taylor will add her new album to the Eras tour? I would imagine so if she's still on tour with it.
Yeah. Yes, Fantasia. Let's go.
Nicholas, I agree with you about the diversity, but it's about the awards that were won. Why are Black women never winning Album of the Year? It's a constant. That's why I'm wearing this shirt. Album of the year is what we're talking about.
Which one? You got the album cover one.
I did.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're talking about like the general fields, the main category fields. This has been a problem for as long as I've been alive.
Sure.
So again, not her fault.
Especially like after last year, it's just like,
it's tough to watch.
It's tough.
Joni Mitchell nearly brought me to tears, y'all. Oh, that was beautiful.
Beautiful. Yeah.
That was beautiful. Absolutely. Okay, should we? I mean,
we might as well. We might as well just start recording.
We might as well.
We're doing this 2.5 hours after we usually do.
Absolutely.
Lauryn Hill was the last and the first, right?
The first Black woman to win album
of the year, right?
Was she the first?
I think she's the only.
I don't think that's. I'm gonna look that up afterwards because I can't get more upset before we start recording. I know it was the last. I don't believe it was the first.
Okay, I want to say it was the first, or maybe it was just the first. Like R&B album to win, hip hop album to win. Yeah,
I can't have that.
I'm just gonna Google it.
Oh Lord, here we go.
All right,
Fearless won album of the year. Michael Norris. That's a country album.
Yeah.
It was good until it was. Taylor's now won 4 album of the years, more than Stevie Wonder and Frank Sinatra. Are you kidding me? Lauryn Hill was the last Black woman to win that category.
Oh, okay. And Natalie Cole.
Great.
From Unforgettable. And Whitney Houston, The Bodyguard.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's 3. Not a lot.
No, not a lot.
Not enough.
Not a lot.
But yeah, that's the problem.
Sure.
Like that. It's again not Taylor's fault. Taylor didn't do anything besides be popular and make music. It's not her fault.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's record.
Well, let's record.
Let's record.
All
right. Okay.
Woo!
We're back.
All right.
We just watched the Grammys.
We just ran a goddamn marathon because that is what the Grammys are.
The Grammys, I will say they ended on time. The thing is, they feel so long because the commercial breaks, for whatever reason,
out of control.
They're every 5 seconds and they're all like 8 minutes long. I'm like, I have been sitting here for an hour watching commercials.
Because they all have the person who just sang previously like slotted to be the first commercial. So it's like they make an extension. Like these commercials are very long because, SZA's got to sell you a Motorola or whatever.
Hey, I will say, as much as I'm actually not the biggest fan of SZA's last album, that new song was great. That MasterCard commercial song, I was like, okay, Lana.
MasterCard.
It was MasterCard.
Phones, credit cards, whatever. Same thing.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Get ready. Okay.
All right.
I guess I'll start.
Yeah, you can start.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back to another 2 Gay Mats podcast. It is Matt Steele.
And it's Matt Palmer.
And as we said, we just watched the Grammy Awards for the last 8 hours of our lives. And we are coming at you like a little later in the night. We're doing the live stream, but everyone is here chatting away because Taylor Swift is on everybody's lips. And Taylor Swift is on everybody's lips. Everybody is online. And so when people are online, we're online. So here we are.
Do you want to start with the Grammys? Do you want to tell me how your week was? We still want people to know how our lives are going.
Because this show is about us.
Absolutely.
Let's not get it twisted.
Yes.
My week was good. I did something totally chaotic.
What did you do?
Insane.
Okay.
Like, I can't believe I did it.
Okay, let's hear what it was.
I saw Oppenheimer for a second time
in
theaters.
Is that crazy? That makes sense to me.
I'm just so random. I can't help it. Oh my God.
I don't know if that's random.
I mean, hey, it's playing in IMAX. And I was just like, you know what? The first time I saw this movie, I really liked it. But did I have a slight headache that day I saw it back in July? I did. And you know what? The last thing you really want to see when you have a headache is Oppenheimer. Yeah. But the fact that I enjoyed it so much the first time while having a headache is really impressive.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I saw it a second time and it's fucking fantastic.
Okay.
Like, it is a fucking fantastic piece of cinema. That third act goes off so hard. And it's crazy because, like, spoiler alert, like, the third act is literally, like, after the bomb is made.
That is a spoiler.
Well, whatever. But, like, still, it's incredible. So I'm very happy that I got to see it again without the headache. Other than that, like, nothing super huge. I was excited to come over. I came over to Matt Palmer's like right after work with a tub of pesto, basil pesto, because the restaurant where I work, it's changing owners tomorrow. Like, we're getting new ownership and they're taking a few things off the menu, and basil pesto is one of them. And that is like the thing at the restaurant that I eat every day. And so the kitchen was like, you want this extra like tub of basil pesto because we're not going to be able to sell it tomorrow. So I'm like, yes, I will take that. So I have about like a huge thing of basil pesto. Quite large.
Well, make sure you take it from our house when you leave tonight, because I don't want to have that all here.
You don't want any? Are you not a pesto girl?
I don't mind pesto, but pesto sometimes has nuts in it, and Jackson.
Oh, that's right. Oh my God.
Very allergic, so we need to get that out of the home.
You're gonna have to like clean your fridge, bleach your fridge.
I hope you didn't spill it in the fridge.
I might have.
Well, let's keep our fingers crossed that you didn't.
You never know. I'm sloppy when I just throw things around.
That doesn't sound like you.
It could have spilled everywhere.
I've lived with you. That wasn't what it was like.
I know. I'm very clean.
Yes.
Thank you, Matt Palmer. What have you done this week?
What have I done this week? Nothing too crazy. This weekend, I was doing something that I don't normally do, and you actually do a lot. And I was auditioning for this thing that someone reached out to me about. And I must say, guys, I know I probably knew this at one point in my life, and I know that you know it on every hour of every day. I hate auditioning so fucking much, especially when it's something about singing, because it's like, oh my God, I have to like warm up. I have to spend the entire day getting ready for this. I have to film this. Like, does it sound good? But also, does it look good? Is the angle right? Like, does every vocal thing? Because they're like, we don't want you enhancing your vocals. And I was trying to be a good Samaritan and not do it, even though I'm like, I know these other people auditioning are tweaking things left and right.
Everyone's a cheater.
But I follow the rules, and so I didn't. So I was just like, I had to rent out the studio space to do it. To sing so loudly.
That sucks.
I kept singing so loudly that my Apple Watch was like, hey, you got to watch out for your ears. It's like you've reached a decibel level that could hurt you. And I'm like, ugh.
And also you're thinking about like, did I pick the right song?
Exactly.
Is this song the correct one? That's the hell of musical theater auditioning.
And at a certain point, I was just like, you know what? I'm just fucking sending this. And like, if they like me, then great. If they don't, then what the fuck ever. I feel like I'm too old to be proving myself to anyone. Yeah. It's like, you can look up my shit. If you think it's good, then invite me and I'll give you a little interview. But like, I'm not singing on record, like, for an audition purpose ever again. And if ever it comes up, you have to tell me, Matt, you hate that? Don't do it. Okay.
And the thing is, like with auditions, especially like for acting, they're literally just looking at your picture and deciding what you look like. And they're like, oh, does this person look the role? Give them a call back.
It could be. Maybe I shouldn't have even paid much attention to the singing part.
I mean, that's the thing, like in auditioning, like especially like in the self-tape era that we're in now, like I look at every single tiny detail that I like do. And I'm like, oh, this one tiny little moment, like I should change this, blah, blah, blah. This is bad. And it's just like, they just want to see what I look like.
That's the thing.
Honestly,
they don't care.
That's
they don't
literally
fucking care.
all. I mean, your thing wasn't an acting thing, but
it
like
wasn't.
that's all auditioning is.
Hey, but it could be. You know, I'm an actor.
That's true.
Yes,
that's true.
That's not true. I'm not good at acting, but
you are.
I'm not.
You're acting like super awake now, even though you're really tired.
That's true.
Yeah.
I guess that counts as acting. Should we go into the Grammy Awards?
I mean, of course.
All right. So, guys. There will be other news things that happen supposedly, but we're going to spend a good bit of time on the Grammy Awards that just aired. They were a good 3.5 hours, and Trevor Noah was the host yet again. Dua didn't open the show, did she?
She did.
She did. She did a great job.
I love how you forgot that she opened the show. It was that long ago.
That's the thing. It feels like it was a week ago.
Yeah.
But I feel like whenever we talk about how Dua has improved as a performer and as a dancer, there are always comments that are like, she's still a little rough. Like, she still isn't doing the dancing as well as she could. I'm like, the bitch is doing great. She's not a trained dancer. She's not Tate McRae. And she is really in charge of the audience, in charge of that stage. Yeah. And that new song sounds very cool.
It sounds great. And the thing is, like, she knows, like, what she is good at. She is good at, like, certain moves and everything. And that's what she does.
Yes.
And they look great. So she's really, like, fine-tuned her performing aesthetic.
Absolutely.
And which is, like, something that literally every artist has to do.
Yes, it's very true.
And that new song sounds really great, so I'm excited for it.
And one of my favorite moments of the night was, shockingly to no one, when they were announcing the next presenter. I think it was the first presenter of the night. And Trevor Noah was like, this legendary artist has won 5 Grammys and has been nominated like 34 times or something. And I was like, those numbers are familiar to me. And I've seen Mariah. She won like I don't even know what it was, a kind of a Lifetime Achievement Award Grammy kind of thing over the weekend. She's been going to all these Grammy events, which Mariah fucking hates the Grammys. So the idea that she would be there doesn't usually cross my mind, which, by the way, when she won that award over the weekend, she took it and was like, is this a Grammy? I haven't seen one in so long, which was great. But then she gets on stage and the whole background, which, by the way, the whole stage looked like the Renaissance tour. Like, am I crazy?
Oh, it was the circle in the middle and the,
And they had pictures of Mariah from all her greatest eras. And she gets on stage, does a beautiful job. She gives out, I believe, Best Pop Solo Vocal Performance. And it gives the award to Miley Cyrus. The members of the Discord will know that I was like, didn't Miley Cyrus say something shitty about Mariah at some point? And it was like 8 years ago.
You went through the Rolodex.
And it was very vaguely. It wasn't even that rude, but there are certain things you don't forget.
Miley was saying a lot in this era.
She
in
was.
that era,
Absolutely.
I'm sure she regrets.
It's true, but it was great to see Mariah back on the Grammy stage. And like, sometimes I watch those old Mariah Grammy performances where she is truly singing her face off. Like, if you want to see a performance, watch her If It's Over performance, I believe, from the 1992 Grammys. She sings the hell out of it. One of her best performances. They cut to the crowd. They're all seated and like golf clapping. And today she walks on stage and everyone gets on their fucking feet. And I'm like, yes, that is correct. That's how you should be engaging with an artist of her caliber, which, by the way, I do think maybe we get on our feet a little too quickly at the Grammys sometimes, because I'd see some performances and be like, that was fine. And everyone jumps to their feet. And I'm like, well,
every award show, but especially the Grammys, they really want every moment to be like a legacy moment.
Right.
Like, they really want every moment to be like a special viral moment.
Right.
And so everyone is just like so inclined to stand up. But I do love how Mariah was the first on. They probably asked her, like, Mariah, you're in town. Like, would you like to present at the Grammys? And she was like, the first award.
First award, I gotta get out.
And a hot man has to walk me out.
Yes.
And then, because then literally like an hour after I present, I will be in Colorado.
Could you imagine?
At like her winter cabin. like she is probably in Colorado right now with a nice cup of hot cocoa.
I'm just trying to think of the last time Mariah has like sat in the audience at one of these award shows. It probably was Emancipation of Mimi. And even then, I feel like she'd go to the audience for her awards. Like when it was Album of the Year, she'd be there being like, But for everything else, she's like, oh, I'm backstage. Like, I'm not sitting among the people.
Sure.
So that was lovely. I'm trying to think, what were your favorite performances after Dua's?
Great performances. I thought Billie Eilish was fantastic doing What Was I Made For?
And I feel like I'm hearing some backlash against that song, because it's like, oh, why does every ballad need to be the winner of Best Song at the Oscars XYZ? It's like, guys, this is the song she should be winning these awards for.
Yeah.
Like, I did dislike the Bond song. And
I thought the Bond song was nice.
Everything I Wanted that one year I thought was a very random record of the year win. But this song, give it any award y'all want to give it, because it is a masterpiece. It is so, and her performance was beautiful.
Beautiful.
Phineas on background vocals.
Phineas was fantastic.
Did a great job.
I know. I mean, the Joni Mitchell performance, really, really wonderful. I bet Mariah was watching that in Colorado.
Oh, of course.
and she was just like, ooh, I love how she just was on a chair the whole time and they just spun her around. That's my next performance. Like, put me on a gorgeous chair, except Mariah will be laying.
Of course.
Not sitting. And then everyone was on the chairs and just like playing with her. Beautiful.
Absolutely stunning. Yeah, the Joni Mitchell one was unbelievable. Also, your girl Fantasia.
Oh, I mean, hello.
She did a great job. It definitely was one of those moments where it's like, and also seeing Beyonce in the audience, you're like, Beyonce, you could have done this. Like, you're probably closer aligned artistically to Tina Turner than Fantasia is. But not to say Fantasia didn't do a great job.
Of course, yes.
She did a beautiful job. And then someone pointed out online that wasn't her first American Idol audition. Tina Turner.
Proud Mary.
It was Proud Mary as well.
It was that song.
I didn't know it was the
So
same
it was like
song.
a nice full circle moment. My favorite part that was Fantasia went to the audience. She's like, okay, who's going to dance with me? And she just goes right to Dua Lipa.
I know.
And it's just like, oh, okay, you're going to get Dua to dance.
Of course.
And so, Dua, she shook her hips a little bit. And so then Fantasia just walked towards Beyonce, and you just saw Beyonce's head go down.
I know, that cowboy hat went down.
Honestly, that's something me and Beyonce have in common, because it's like if someone on stage were to ever want to do audience interaction or participation whenever I'm in an audience, you better walk right by me, because I am putting my head down.
No.
I am not making eye contact, because I hate participating in the audience.
No.
But like Fantasia did such a fantastic job. I'm
Absolutely.
so proud of her. Also, amazing things we learned today, that Meryl Streep is Mark Ronson's mother-in-law.
Did not know that until this moment. And they had a very cute bit when they were
It was
presenting
cute.
Record of the Year. Was that what they were presenting?
They were presenting Record of the Year.
Yes, and like, oh, what's record versus song versus album? Very cute, very cute. And then Flowers won that. It was the second award that it won that night. Miley's first and second Grammy Awards. Can't
I
believe
think that's
that.
wonderful.
That's very good.
And Miley was having a good night.
She was. I also read, and maybe this is me spreading misinformation, so I'm going to say allegedly. Is she in a cult now?
What?
I saw it online like a couple of weeks ago, and like some of the things she was saying when she was like, "This is great, but just remember, every day is just as good. Like my life was amazing yesterday," and she doesn't like promote the records anymore.
I'm sure her life was amazing yesterday too. Better than my stupid life. I'm excited about a tub of pesto.
I mean, it's true, but I'm just saying there are alleged talks out there about her being in a cult.
Miley,
so everyone
please,
stay safe.
No, your cult days should have been the Dead Pets album era, not
true.
this era.
It's
Come
true.
on. I wish her the best.
Absolutely.
Flowers is a great song, a very deserved Record of the Year, I think, because it was such a big hit. So.
I also loved the SZA performance. Like, I
Very
think
good,
Snooze and Kill Bill are so excellent. And I thought she had such great staging for like an artist who could, if she felt like it, just be like, I'm confessional. I am a lyricist. You just watch me sit here and perform my beautiful lyrics for you. But she made a whole like performance. It was like a VMAs level Beyonce 03 kind of performance. Like if she had popped out and started singing Ring the Alarm, I'd been like, yeah, this works.
I'm seeing in the live chat that apparently the Miley and a cult thing is a joke.
Oh, great.
Okay.
I'm so glad to hear that. Good thing I said
that.
allegedly.
Allegedly.
Don't sue me, Miley.
Yeah, get your lawyers lawyered up. Thank you.
And then Best New Artist.
Best
was,
New Artist?
An artist that we just listened to on the Patreon very recently. I introduced Matt Steele to Victoria Monet. She has my favorite R&B album of last year. I think Jaguar 2 is so incredibly excellent. And so the fact that she is able to shine now after being in the industry for so long, she's written for a lot of artists, including Ariana Grande very famously. And her album is so, so good. And I'm just so glad she's going to get so much more attention because of tonight.
Yeah, and a great thing I loved about Victoria Monet, other than the fact that she won, congratulations, was that she used her entire acceptance speech time to actually make a real speech.
Yes.
Like the Grammys, it's fun watching these like musicians go up and just be like, oh man, this is crazy. And like, I don't know. And Miley Cyrus goes up and she's just like, a story about a butterfly, or like, I'm not wearing underwear. Like, and it's like fun and goofy and everything.
Right.
But like, would anyone call a lot of speeches that happen in the Grammy Award ceremonies of the last decade speeches? I don't know. Like, it's a lot of just like, oh God, crazy. And then they walk away.
Right.
But Victoria Monet was like full speech, orchestras playing.
Yes.
Like I'm using all of my time. So
Yes.
good for her. Also, the Tracy Chapman surprise performance was beautiful.
Absolutely. I don't know if that was a surprise. I think I knew that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Tracy
Okay.
Chapman and Luke Combs did that.
Why did I think it was a surprise?
I don't know. But they did
I
a
wasn't
beautiful
expecting
job.
It was beautiful.
And it's also like Tracy Chapman both looks and sounds incredible. And like, what are you doing? How are you still this gorgeous? And the vocals just like still there. I just was so incredibly impressed. And what a gorgeous song. Like
I know.
I feel like this, as far as Grammys go, was probably, even though they're always too long, it was one of the more entertaining ones, absolutely. And then they got Jay-Z on stage when he
had some stuff to say.
He did. He won, I don't even know, it was also some sort of Lifetime Achievement Award kind of thing that he brought Blue Ivy on stage for, which, by the way, wait, Blue Ivy's so adult size.
I know, it's insane.
I know she's like 13 still, but she's so tall. And I'm just like, wait, I remember when you were born. You saw her when she was a baby, like up the street from us.
It was just yesterday's Grammys when she was telling her mom and dad to shut up in the audience.
Exactly.
Like, I just also love how like Beyonce, you could tell, was just like, I'll go, but I won't go on that stage. Like Beyonce was just like, I'm tired. So Jay was like, okay, Blue, you're coming with me. Come on, Blue.
And then the fact that Jay-Z got on that stage and was like, you know, some of you are going to feel like you got robbed tonight. Some of you will be robbed tonight. Some of you don't belong, like shouldn't be in the categories you got nominated for.
And he was like, oh, you know, it's subjective.
He's like, oh, it's just subjective, but you know.
I don't know.
And I love how he's like, oh, I'm sorry. When I get nervous, I tell the truth. Also, you should have given Beyonce Album of the Year. How is she going to win every fucking award, be the most awarded woman and person in Grammy history, and you're not going to give her Album of the Year? And I was like,
for like boundary pushing albums every single time.
And you know, I have been mad at Jay-Z for a long time and was mad at him when he popped up in Sandcastles, but today I was like, you did this one thing right, Jay-Z.
Okay,
I'm with you on this one. So that was lovely to see. I'm trying to think if there was anything else. Well, of course, Taylor, when she won, was it Best Pop?
Oh, we have to talk about this
well,
too.
yes, of course. When did she announce her new album? Which is
when
not
she won Pop Vocal Album.
Pop Vocal Album. Okay, so she won Pop Vocal Album for Midnights, and she then gets on stage and announces her.
And, okay, preface this. This morning, all of her Instagram pictures turned black and white.
Yes, they did.
Everyone was like, of course, Reputation, Taylor's version is coming.
Yes.
How exciting. And we were already exhausted by that. Like, we were already like, oh God, more Taylor stuff, Taylor stuff. But you know, it's exciting. Good for her. She's getting all her money for her masters and everything.
Yes.
How lovely, how lovely. But then it was kind of just like, but wouldn't it be something if she announced something a little more exciting? If she like won a Grammy today.
That didn't even cross my mind. Did it cross your mind before?
I will say, when the ceremony started, I was just like, something's up. I was
really?
Like, something is up. I have a gut feeling. And so she wins.
She wins. She gets on stage and she announces her upcoming album entitled The Tortured Poets Department. It is being released on April 19th, 10 days before my birthday. So happy birthday to me. And she posted on Instagram the cover, which, you know, is a shot of her in bed. And
it's very,
some sort of lingerie, maybe?
Yeah, it's very like 1991, like Madonna sex book.
Absolutely. It's
like picture.
Yes, like this could be on the set of a Chris Isaac video. You know, after they come in from the beach, you know?
Okay.
Remember Chris Isaac?
I don't. What's that?
He was an artist and he had a big song where I Want to Fall in Love, I think is what it was called. And it was black and white. It was all on the beach. It was cool. It was a moment.
Okay. And so initially, like, we were very much just like, oh God, this is so exhausting, Taylor. Oh God, please. Like, was this right? Well, but in the speech, she said, this has been a secret I've been keeping for 2 years.
Which got me to thinking. And I was like, maybe these are all the explicitly anti-Joe Alwyn songs that she has been saving up, that she probably was like, we're still trying to work things out. Maybe I won't release these anti-Joe songs. But now that it's really over, that's again, hypothesis based on nothing.
Well, because those of you who are tuning in for the first time, Matt Palmer had a conspiracy theory.
I do have a conspiracy theory that Joe Alwyn did not like when she would put out songs about their relationship. And so now she'd have to do things like, oh, I'm writing a bunch of storyteller songs about like imaginary teens, or like all these songs about midnights throughout my life. Like, no, who knows the year? But now it's like, Joe is out of the picture. I can write what I was feeling.
We're walking Cornelia Street again. Okay.
I would love that. And so
that she references Cornelia Street in the album. I'm done.
Over.
I'm excited.
Absolutely. Yeah. So I'm thrilled for what this could be. I am a little nervous with the visual, just like it's black and white, and you know how we're not like Folklore Evermore people, and the like idea that we're like leaning forward into poetry makes me a little nervous. I hope we work and focus in like the song realm because it's an album.
Yes.
But I'm excited, especially if the idea is going to be something that she's been cooking up for years and felt like she couldn't release until just now. You know what I'm saying?
And it is, even though it is like the sort of black and whiteness of like the folklore era.
Yes.
We're out of the woods. Instead, we're in an apartment that you probably love to live in, like a cold, like everything is like a cream color.
Yes.
Like, and it's like, we're in our underwear, just writing poetry, something like that.
Right.
Like, it's kind of that kind of vibe instead of like the we're in nature, rustic, my bangs are messy vibe.
Right. So it is different. And so, yes.
It is different.
I think it could very much be for us.
I do wonder what like color code we're going to use for this one. Because you know how like each new era, each new album, it's like a very specific color that she uses to represent the era.
Yes.
And like Reputation tradition's usually black and like folklore's usually gray. Like, what's this one gonna be? Because it's black and white.
That
like,
I don't know.
Maybe it'll be like silver. I don't know.
I don't know.
Whatever.
Well, I guess we'll see in April 19th. We will have all the answers that we need.
Well, and there's also there's a Joe Alwyn and what's his name?
Oh, Paul Mescal and Andrew Scott.
Yeah.
They were in a WhatsApp group that was called The Tortured Men or something. This was tweeted at us during the ceremony, so I can look up the tweet again.
So if that's true, and she is directly referencing that
Yes.
in the title of the album, Taylor, you better fucking work. The old Taylor is back, ladies and gentlemen.
Their WhatsApp group chat was called the Tortured Man Club, and this was found by the Swifties in record time. So I love that, we're going to be discussing something that could be very interesting, very true to life. We will see April 19th. And we would be remiss if we did not discuss the end of the show.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to preface this by saying, we are fans of Taylor. We just took 30 minutes talking about the girl.
Love her.
We think she has done really great work in the past. Midnights isn't our favorite album. You can see our bracket on youtube.com right now.
Yeah.
Not our favorite album.
Not our least favorite.
Not our least favorite.
It's a nice, solid album.
And at the end of the day, what did Taylor do? She made an album. She released it. It was very successful. And then she was awarded something by the Grammys. My issue is not with Taylor Swift. My issue is the insistence of the Academy, the Recording Academy. They're going to say, oh, we're going to be so much more diverse now. Everything is going to be better. And to have an album like SZA's album, which, by the way, I, much like Midnights, am not the hugest fan. I think it's a little overlong, but you cannot undercut the ubiquitousness of that album. The songs were all over the radio for an entire year. She has this giant tour. It was a breakout moment for her. And if there was going to be a way to convince the audience that, like, the Grammys aren't inherently racist, like the fact that they've only awarded 3 Black Women Album of the Year in their entire lifetime of the Grammys is just a weird coincidence, and they're riding the ship now. This could have been the moment to do that, and they chose not to. And I found it to be disturbing and it's hard to continue watching and supporting and feeling good about what you're watching when you're like, oh, so you can award people of color in every category but the biggest ones, except the general ones. I don't understand it.
Well, it's just kind of like odd because like it is her 4th album of the year win.
Right.
Like that is never happening again for anyone.
No.
Like I can't see that happening again for anyone. That is, she broke the record. Most
Right.
album of the year wins out of anyone on the planet, which, like, congratulations, good for her.
Absolutely.
And she's obviously a legend. Like, so it's not so much I mind that, it's just that she's awarded her 4th one for an album that even the Swifties would kind of agree, like, is not her best.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
Not, I wouldn't call it a bad album at
No.
all, but like not her best. And maybe I kind of understand like how the numbers work. Like there wasn't really like one clear cut like alternative, like clear like huge alternative. I mean, the SZA album, like those songs were very big.
They were giants.
So like that is like a clear alternative if I were to think of one. But then there was also like the Olivia Rodrigo album, which was also very big,
Right.
Which could have like tipped scales a little more in her direction, which like caused Taylor to sort of like rise to the top. I don't know.
But I mean, sonically, I would think of Olivia as closer to Taylor than SZA. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Sure.
but I just think there's a problem with the Grammys and these general fields, and I wish it would be addressed head on because I do feel like Taylor could get a lot of backlash for this, and it's truly not her fault.
I don't want to see Taylor get backlash for
No.
that. The thing is, like, I feel like in the last 6 months, even everything
I know.
has to go back to Taylor Swift. Like,
Right.
everything has to, like, all media has to revolve around Taylor Swift. And it's like, of course, she's like the biggest pop star on the planet right now. It makes sense that she's talked about a lot. But
Right.
every news article has to have Taylor Swift in the title so people will click on it. We have Taylor Swift in our live stream title on our YouTube channel.
Not today.
I mean, oh, we don't today?
No, we don't.
Oh, we don't. Okay, I figured that's why there are so many people
No.
here. But like, I feel like we're being inundated with so much Taylor stuff.
Yeah.
And I worry that there will be like such a big backlash.
Yeah, or just a tipping point with people.
Yeah.
And I feel like, again, a lot of it isn't really her fault. Like, what's she
No.
doing? She's living her life. Her boyfriend's in the NFL, so she goes to the games. They're going
Yeah.
to the Super Bowl, so she'll be there.
And
she puts out her albums, and there's a big fanfare around them.
And she clearly, she said in her speech, she loves working. Like, she loves writing. She loves putting it all out there.
Yes.
Like, she loves doing the work. And that's just what she's doing.
Yes.
She's writing stuff and putting it out.
Yes.
But yeah, I just worry.
Yeah, I worry, and I want us to give as much respect to artists that are not Taylor Swift and maybe don't look like her, because it's such an obvious problem that I feel like we were thinking about addressing at some point, and it feels like that's just gone to the wayside. I feel like a lot of the 2020, like, oh, we're going to be making things better. Like, let's hire these diversity, executives on these boards. They're getting fired. Like, black shows, this doesn't really connect. But a lot of shit is changing in a bad way, because it's like, oh, that was just a moment in time. And like, now we can go back to the way things were. Again, this is not about Taylor specifically. It's just what this represented to me. It didn't feel good. It was just like, I want people to be awarded for their breakthrough or like their artistic achievements at a brand new level. And I thought SZA reached that in a way that maybe Midnight's didn't in Taylor's Oeuvre,
And like, I get it. Like, we're comparing the albums to each other, not albums to an artist's other body of work.
Sure.
But still, it is just like an odd choice.
It is odd.
It is an odd choice for me.
Okay, let me see. Did you see that Quentin Tarantino is going to be reuniting for the third time with Brad Pitt in his final film?
Why does it have to be his final film? Come on, I mean, Quentin Tarantino for years has just been like, I just want to make 10. I just want to make 10. But like, now that 10 is coming, it's kind of like, well, like, why not an 11? Like, you're still so young, dude.
I know.
Like, he's what, like 55? I don't know how old he is. I don't know his birthday, but
I don't know that I have seen a Quentin Tarantino movie. Do you think I would like?
No. Quentin Tarantino is a masterful filmmaker. I love his movies.
Yes.
They're not for
not
you.
For me.
They're
okay.
not. You're not the target demo.
Okay.
You can appreciate from afar.
I'm happy
be like,
to do that.
wow.
Yes.
I'm sure everyone on set had a good time. I don't know what you would appreciate, but like,
right.
But there's a lot of violence, and you're not a violence.
I don't like
person.
violence. There's a lot of like blood and stuff.
He's very fascinated by like people's hatred. Like, he's interested in like how people hate each other, essentially. Like, it's so yeah, great filmmaker, maybe not necessarily for you.
All right.
But if you meet him in real life, you can say nice to meet you.
I will say nice to meet you.
I heard your films are great.
Exactly. Yes, my former roommate, big fan.
Big fan?
I do think I began to watch Kill Bill or Kill Bill 2 and I fell asleep.
Okay.
Yeah, so, but I love Vivica A. Fox.
Oh, hey.
A talent.
Yeah.
Big things for Megan Thee Stallion, who's probably had, second to Taylor, the best week that a person on the planet has. It looks like she is going to debut at #1 with Hiss, which is her first, like, debuting at #1, especially with a solo single. She's been #1, I believe, with Savage, with Beyonce, and then with WAP, of course, with Cardi B. And so this is very exciting. And she also has announced that she has signed a first of its kind deal with Warner Music. Basically, she is maintaining her independent artist stature, but has a distribution deal with Warner so they can be in charge of getting those independently made releases out into the public. It's just like so inspiring to see an artist that's literally rising to such a level of success, and she's doing it all on her own dime.
Yeah, you're gonna explain that contract to me a little bit more. Like, it's like she's still an independent artist.
Yes,
but
has
not.
a distribution deal with a major label. So it's like, you need to get your CDs in these record stores, on Amazon, like on, all the Spotify's, Apple Musics of the world. And you want to make sure they get on like today's top hits, like get good placements and shit. That's what Warner is going to be in charge of. But the whole label, like, she's in charge of like paying for the music videos and like making the music. So it's kind of like the whole betting on yourself way of doing things.
So she has full creative control,
yes.
And Warner Music is just like,
we'll put it out.
We'll put it out. Like,
absolutely.
that's insane. Like, not even like who that no one has that.
I know, it's very
not even Taylor Swift.
I know. I think
Taylor Swift
she owns those masters.
Yeah, she's fully. It's all her.
Right.
But like, still,
it's very impressive, very cool. Did you see that Ayo Edebiri was hosting SNL this Saturday with Jennifer Lopez? And apparently there was some old podcast episode where she talked about like the biggest scam of all was Jennifer Lopez's entire career, because apparently she never knew she couldn't sing, and like all of this audio like was going around before the episode had aired.
Going in.
I mean,
going in.
But she's a comedian. She was young, and it was pretty funny. And like, not like, we love everyone. They weren't lies.
But Ayo was like so shocked by it.
I know.
Like, you could hear the shock in her voice as she's like describing this and everything.
Yes.
And it's just so fun, because she's just like, anything that comes out of her mouth is so funny.
Absolutely.
She's just a naturally funny person.
Right.
But then, of course, Saturday Night Live having a big sense of humor as well. It's like, let's put these two together.
Yes. And I think that was, of course.
I don't think they knew that
they
this
didn't.
existed.
But they did have her reference the commentary in one of the sketches.
So funny.
She said something like, sometimes you're 24 years old and you say stupid things on a podcast and like you don't even know what you're saying. That was
hey,
great.
we've been there, Io.
That's true. I mean, one day we'll be sitting next to somebody that we talk shit about and be like, hey girl, you look great.
Oh my God, such a big fan. It's like Miley Cyrus next to Mariah tonight.
I know.
Just like, oh my God, Mariah.
Because you know who else is going to remember if someone has said a bad thing about them? Mariah. Mariah herself looked at that girl and was like, I think you've said something. I know she did, because we're just the same. But also, a weird thing that's happening on SNL. Did you see that they had Nikki Haley on the show?
I did.
Huh.
You know what? I'm going to think optimistically.
Okay.
And because I know that the longer Nikki Haley stays in the race, the more mentally unstable Donald Trump becomes.
Okay.
And it's driving him insane, and the worse he looks.
And that'll be helpful for...
So that'll be helpful. So obviously, like, no, I'm not into her. But the longer she stays, the worse he looks, and the worse that whole side looks.
Right.
And then we'll be having a happy end of 2024.
That's the hope. But then you saw that Shane Gillis, who was the comedian who got hired and then very promptly fired from SNL because of like unearthing old racist like podcasts that I think he did, and he got hired.
Where he did like the Asian accent.
He's hosting next week.
Yeah.
He's hosting the show next week.
Yeah, that's an odd choice.
Just seems
an odd choice. Isn't that awkward?
It's awkward, especially because he was hired right at the same time as Bowen Yang was. Yeah. And so I don't know. If I were Bowen Yang or someone on that cast, I'd feel uncomfortable. Like first with Nikki Haley and now with this guy who's going to be here all week. Like, I don't know. It just makes me uncomfortable.
Yeah, it's just awkward because he was fired.
He was fired
from SNL. And so isn't there? I don't know.
I don't get it.
It's people will be professional and they will go on with it.
Absolutely, they will. Did you see the trailer for the 2-part Wendy Williams documentary that's coming to Lifetime?
I didn't see the trailer. No,
it's devastating. Like it's called Where Is Wendy Williams, and it premieres February 24th and 25th on Lifetime. And I think the trailer went up online and somehow was like quickly removed. I don't know if it's back up on Lifetime's official YouTube page or whatever at this very moment, but it's just like you can't really tell what the issue is, but there's clearly something going on with Wendy, and she, I believe, is in a conservatorship that her family is not behind, and it just is like worrying for me because it's like, I don't know, she's been gone from the public eye for such a long time. She announced that podcast that never happened. I just hope she's well. Yeah. I hope she's okay, and I'm glad we're at least going to get a peek behind the curtain to get a look at her and hope that she's okay. But it just was, it's not a trailer to watch and be like, oh, phew, everything's fine in the Wendy Williams camp. That's not the feeling that I had at the end of it.
Okay.
Elmo and Larry David are feuding.
Elmo was on. Listen, they were on what? Good Morning America. Today's Show. They're the same thing, aren't they?
They're different networks.
I don't know.
Same idea.
I don't know. One of those shows. That's to me like every late night show is just called The Late Show.
Of course.
The Late Show. And so Elmo was on there, and Larry David was a guest as well. And then Larry David just like ran up to Elmo and just sort of like gave him like a noogie and like grabbed his nose and like shook him a little.
Right.
And you know what? I think it's Larry David punishing Elmo for not giving Rocco a cookie.
I knew you were going to bring that up.
Yep.
I knew you were going to bring that up. But I just would like to say it was Elmo's birthday this week as well. Elmo had
happy birthday.
And also Elmo had that tweet where he like asked about everybody's, like how everyone was doing, all the mental health, how everyone was feeling out there. And he got such scary responses for a 3.5-year-old. I think we should be giving Elmo some space.
We shouldn't be putting that pressure on a child.
Exactly.
To
that
be
child
a therapist
is working all the time.
Yeah.
And now he's being attacked by this grandpa. It's upsetting.
No one's ever like looked at the child labor laws when it comes to Sesame Street.
I know.
Elmo's just 3.
Something to think about. Something to think about. I'm not a big Snoopy person, but apparently they are coming out with a Welcome Home Franklin Snoopy movie on Apple TV Plus. It's releasing on February 16th about Franklin, the Black Peanuts member, and I'll be watching every frame.
Is Snoopy in it?
Yeah. It's mostly Franklin.
I think
and Charlie
you mean
Brown.
Peanuts.
Peanuts,
like
Snoopy,
Charlie
whatever. That's what it's all the same. You know what I'm saying?
But it's not called like the Snoopy franchise. It's called like the Peanuts
Snoopy
franchise.
presents Welcome Home Franklin.
Snoopy presents.
Yes, I didn't
Snoopy's
make that
a
up.
producer now.
Snoopy's gone up in the world. Elmo and Snoopy are doing amazing things.
Elmo's a 3-year-old puppet, and Muppet is a therapist.
Right.
And a cartoon dog is a producer.
Yes.
What's next?
I don't know, but what's next is Franklin. It's Franklin's time.
It's Franklin's time.
And I'm excited. The trailer is adorable. Apple TV Plus, February 16th. Can't wait to watch it. Argyle didn't do well this weekend.
It didn't?
No,
I thought it was doing well.
It did not do well.
Oh, I didn't
think
see
it was a big flop. It made $18 million and it has like a $200 million budget, something like that.
I mean, the trailer was nuts. The trailer was nuts. Something. It looked like fun.
Yeah.
And then there was also the rumor that Taylor Swift wrote it, which I guess is not true. Wouldn't it be crazy if during her Grammy speech, that's what she announced?
I mean, if it had done well, she probably would have.
She was just like, I have something to announce. This has been a secret for 2 years, but I wrote the Argyle movie. And then she runs out. It's amazing how it's like her secret is that she wrote the Argyle movie.
Right.
Miley Cyrus's secret she reveals at the Grammys is she's not wearing underwear.
Everybody's got a secret.
Everybody's got a secret. What's mine?
I don't know what yours is. You'll have to tell us one day. Maybe after the break.
My life's not interesting enough to have a secret. I wish. God damn it.
Lastly, this is just for me, but I just need to say, Kandi Burruss has announced that she is leaving The Real Housewives of Atlanta after 14 seasons. She was the longest running Atlanta housewife and the longest running housewife in general when you think of just episode count. Apparently, it's been taking them a long time to get cameras back up for the next season of Housewives of Atlanta. And, I don't think Kandi is always like the most dramatic. Like she's not the person that's going to be causing the most drama on the show, but she was a staple and she was a long-term staple. She wrote No Scrubs, which celebrated, I believe, its 25th anniversary this week, sometime recently. She's an icon and I wish her all the best. If she wants to come back to the show, I'm sure we'd be happy to have her. I'm just wondering, because she must, if basically you get a pay increase every year that you're on the show. So she must have been making so much money. Guys, pay Portia whatever she wants to get back on that show. I realize, you have Kenya probably still. We need Portia. Because I think Nene's out of the question because, the whole suing the network thing. But Portia's available. Portia will do it for the right amount of money. Give Kandi salary to Portia, and we'll have a show.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know much about Real Housewives of Atlanta, but every time it has been on and you have been watching it, I'm always like, oh, Kandi seems like sort of like the person who keeps us grounded.
Yeah,
here.
she's level-headed.
She's the one she's like the Dorothy in the Golden Girls, like the one that's just like, what are all of you doing?
Exactly.
So I feel like she will be missed.
She will be missed, absolutely. Yeah. All right, I think that's it for my news for idiots. Do you have anything else you want to tell the people?
Yes. Speaking of will be missed.
What happened?
You don't remember what happened last week?
Did someone pass away? I'm sorry, you tell me who.
Literally one of the biggest legends of all time, Cheetah Rivera, passed away last week at the age of 91.
Yes.
Obviously, Broadway legend, dancer extraordinaire. Like, there aren't enough words to describe the legacy that Cheetah Rivera has in the musical theater community. I mean, like, the roles that she created. Velma Kelly in Chicago, Rosie in Bye Bye Birdie, Aurora in Kiss of the Spider Woman, Anita in West Side Story. Like, just like the best roles that musical theater will ever see. Those are Cheetah Rivera's roles. And so, and of course, spoiler alert, surprise cameo-ish in Devos, the movie, available now.
Yes.
For those of you who know. And so obviously, like, lived a huge, long, amazing life. Another insane thing that happened the exact same day was Hinton Battle, who was another Broadway performer, a big dancer as well. The original Scarecrow in The Wiz, 3-time Tony Award winner for like Sophisticated Ladies, for the Tap Dance Kid, which he won the same year as Cheetah Rivera when she won her first Tony Award, and also Miss Saigon. He passed away the same exact day. So it's just like so insane that these two like amazing, huge like Broadway names and dancers specifically passed away on the same day. Oh. It was a rough day for the Broadway community.
I apologize for forgetting. It just feels like I heard about it and maybe I just blocked it out because it was just too dark. It was too devastating. Also, Carl Weathers passed away also this past week.
Oh, that's right.
A lot of people passed away.
And also, wonderful story about me and Cheetah Rivera. I saw her perform in 2009 in Ocean City, New Jersey when I was doing summer stock.
Yes.
Like, unbelievable watching this, like, when she was in her late 70s at the time doing the original choreography to America, like still dancing and like such a brilliant performer. But I was doing summer stock in the town, so we got to go backstage and meet her. And I walked up to her and I told her that I loved her. Okay. And she touched my cheek and told me that I was adorable. Oh. And so whenever I feel bad about myself, I just remember Cheetah Rivera told me I was adorable.
That's a beautiful thing
She's
to take with you.
Only one who thinks I'm adorable.
Sure, many people think you're adorable.
I don't know, but they're not like legends like Cheetah. No offense to anyone out there
I know exactly.
who thinks that I'm adorable, but like, you'll never be Cheetah.
No one will. But yes, R.I.P. to all those legends. Also, Carl Weathers, we mentioned he passed away at 76. So rest in peace to him. Very sad for everyone's friends and family. I hope everyone had a long and fulfilling life, fulfilling journey. Anything else you want to tell the people?
I don't think so.
Guys, we're going to take a quick break, and then we'll be back with more Two Gay Mats, the podcast. Part one.
Part one, guys. That was
did
that. Ooh, we got a whole nother part two to go.
I know. Let's see. I'm almost like Mariah, Eternally Children. Y'all give the live stream a like. Yes, literally, Ricky. Yes.
We're here.
Ricky,
we're
correct. Like and subscribe, guys. Oh, Annie Lennox. Yes, she called for a ceasefire, and she did a great performance as well.
Annie was very good.
She was great. By the way, women dominated the Grammys this year. That's true?
Yeah.
That's true. An Io and J-Lo hug did not occur. I wonder who told J-Lo about these Io comments, because it seems like someone must have, right?
I mean, she knows they exist. She knows they exist.
She knows.
But I bet you Io told her herself. She's like, hey, J-Lo.
Just FYI.
Let's get it out in the open. And yeah.
Did Olivia get snubbed? I think yes. I don't think she won anything tonight, which is too bad. We love guts here.
Yeah.
What do you guys think of Taylor winning? I think Taylor does her job very well, and I think we need to look at the Grammy committee and why she has won 4 times that category, and Black women overall have won 3 times. Something to look at.
I would like this stream, but I do not like the Grammys. But this stream isn't about the Grammys; it's about us.
She said she will. They said they will like this stream.
Oh, I will like the stream. Oh, I thought you said I would like the stream.
Yes.
Somebody like, don't take your anger out on us.
Glad they let Lizzo through the Grammy gate, though. You should have seen Matt Steele when Lizzo popped out. He had some comments.
I mean, I'm not a big fan of what's that song called?
About Damn Time.
Not a big fan
of
that record of the year win last year. I'm just like, guys, she has much better songs.
Honestly, you guys are way more positive about the Poet album than I was expecting. I haven't heard it, and I have a theory that I would really like, so I'm gonna bank on that.
Guys, when it was first announced, we were scared. We were just like, oh my God, another fucking album.
We were
like,
nervous.
are you kidding us? But then we thought about it more, and we're just like, okay, this could be like one that really like gets a little specific into the last relationship. So we're looking forward.
Absolutely, we are.
The poetry of it all, that who knows what that'll be.
Right.
But
Anna Marie, my working theory is that the album will be about Joe Alwyn, and these are all the songs that she wouldn't release while they were still together. And now she can.
Then we got to give her a 5th album of the year.
I didn't say that. Did you like Tori's tribute? Which Tori Amos? I don't know. I don't remember which Tori. Taylor's win tonight is a product. Also, by the way, y'all, if you're reading the chat, Austin is like top 10 Swiftie in the Discord. Top 5. So his comment is from the Swiftie community.
What did he say?
He said Taylor's win tonight is a product of white privilege.
Taylor dragging Lana was disrespectful, and just because they are friends doesn't mean she has to be her cheerleader.
Did she drag her? Or like drag her on stage,
she was
you mean?
Like, come on stage with me.
Oh.
But the thing also is...
Oh, sorry, it was Tori Kelly. I never think of Tori Kelly, but she did a good job. And she's a big Mariah fan. The like weekend thing where they gave Mariah her award.
Tori performed there, not at the Grammys.
Yes.
Okay.
I would like our people doing tributes to Mariah to sing something besides Vision of Love.
Okay.
I mean, I like Vision of Love, but like she has so many.
To go back to, what was it? Oh, the Lana Del Rey thing. Lana Del Rey technically won Album of the Year as well.
Yes, technically.
Because she's on the album.
Yes.
So Taylor was like, this is your award as well.
Right.
Like, she gets a little trophy too.
Yes, she does.
So her name is on the list of people who collaborated on Midnights.
That's
so
true.
Lana Del Rey is also an Album of the Year winner.
It's true.
Lana
worked on 2 songs from the album. Did she work on 2? What was the second one? I thought it was just Snow on the Beach. I mean, unless you're counting Snow on the Beach, Feet, More Lana, or whatever.
The Swifties love counting everything as different songs.
That one's the same.
They're totally different songs.
That one's the same. Yes, move past 1995 from Mariah's tribute. The thing is, they need to hire Joe to perform We Belong Together, because he did it at some non-televised tribute to Mariah, and it's truly the best cover of We Belong Together I've ever heard. He's unbelievable. Like, the vocals at the end of that song, he kills. Amazing. All right. What do we have? We have a couple of emails, don't we?
We do. We have some.
Yeah, let's see them. Let's see what they were. Let's see what they were.
All right.
Email my heart.
All right.
Do you know which ones we're doing?
Yeah.
Oh, great.
We got two because we'll do the longer one next week.
Okay. That one's long.
Yep. So we got a lot to say. All right, guys.
Yes.
So, Matt Palmer, give us the commercial.
Guys, thank you guys so much for watching and or listening to the podcast. If you enjoy us, please go to Apple Podcasts and or Spotify Podcasts and give us a 5-star rating and or review. We do only accept 5-star ratings. Reminder, it would help so much. We want to make sure this podcast reaches as many listeners and viewers as possible. And if you really enjoy us, go to patreon.com/2gaymats where you can support us, join the Discord, and hang out with friends you just haven't met yet, and chat with us a lot of the time. And, you can get extra bonus content. It just would mean so much to us if you did that. It would be the best way to support. Absolutely.
That commercial was so much more succinct than any commercial in the commercial breaks at the Grammys.
I should have written a whole new song like SZA did from MasterCard.
And like danced around the room. And I would have just sat here and waited like I usually do during the commercial. I never really pay attention to what you're saying during the commercial.
Really?
I'm just waiting for it to be over.
I hope sometimes you listen to me.
Like Taylor, I also have a secret that I've been holding.
Okay.
And it's that I don't pay attention to Matt Palmer's commercial.
Perfect. Great.
All right. So this section is Email My Heart. This is the section of the podcast where we answer any questions you guys might have. You can be a part of Email My Heart if you email us at 2gaymats@gmail.com. 2 is spelled TWO. So first question comes to us from Blake. Blake says, the answer is no. Hi, guys. I hope 2024 has been treating you well. My boyfriend and I have been together for 6 years, and it has been everything. The only thing is I have made it 100% clear that I do not want to get married. It's not just for me. Every year we go on a trip for our anniversary in March, and I was kind of confused as to why he was wanting to make it a group thing with our friends this year. A few days ago, I borrowed his car to go out with friends and found a jeweler's receipt for a ring. After confronting his best friend and literally showing receipts and literally threatening her life, she told me that yes, he wants to propose. I am fucking mortified. Matt Palmer, Matt Steele, what the fuck? I am honestly thinking of mysteriously coming down with COVID or something, but I just would not be able to deal if I had to embarrass him. How would you solve this? You need to talk to him immediately.
I am with Matt Steele.
There is no other solution to this except right now, log off the podcast. Don't even finish the podcast. We'll finish it when you're done talking to him.
Yeah, then leave us a 5-star review.
Leave us a 5-star review. But before you do that, talk to him.
Yes.
You said that you've made it 100% clear. Would you tell him that
I would. The thing is, he had a suspicion because why again? I'm sorry. I mean, before the talking to the friend part, did he see a receipt or something?
Yes, he had a suspicion that he was proposing because he made the trip a group trip. So he wants to propose to him in front of friends.
Right.
And also he found a jeweler's receipt.
I would speak about the jeweler's receipt. I would not speak about talking to the friend because the friend really didn't want to tell you and you don't want to get him or her in trouble.
Don't get the friend in trouble.
Just be like, hey, I saw this receipt. I know we're going on this group trip. Just to reiterate, I do not want to be married. If you want to give me a ring, I accept the ring. But as we've discussed, you just have to make it as clear as possible because I can think of nothing more mortifying than the person that you love more in the world getting down their knee and you having to say no. Because you also shouldn't say yes and then when you're alone be like, by the way, by yes I meant no.
I always think about what would I do in that situation, and I feel like I would say yes and then be like, hey babe, in private.
It's never.
I can't say no in front of a bunch of people.
It's okay. Those are both bad options that you don't have to deal with.
Yes,
because you can talk to him
right now.
Talk to him now. Just reiterate your feelings about marriage. Say, I want to spend the rest of my life with you. It's nothing personal. I'm so happy.
I'm flattered. I love you.
Not flattered.
Well, I don't know what to say in this sort of situation, but just be like, listen, I guess appreciate it,
yes.
But I really, really don't want this for myself. I think we need to be on the same page.
Yes.
And if we're not, then we can discuss more, but please.
Right.
No.
Yes,
do not do this.
And be like, this has nothing to do. I want to be with you forever, but I just don't want to enter into a lifelong contract with you, which I think if that's just not your vibe, it's never been your vibe. Hopefully he gets that. It does not take it personally. But if it's something very important to him for whatever reason, just know, not to scare you, but the relationship could wind up ending, but you have to stick with what you know and what your heart tells you, and it's good to be honest.
And again, reiterate how much you care about him, how much you love him.
Yes.
Really say it is not a reflection of how I feel about you.
Yes,
absolutely. Really, really pound that in.
Absolutely.
Really, really do it.
Oh, good luck. Tell us what happens.
Best of luck. Best of luck.
If you want to email us back when stuff happens, I would like to know how it ends.
We hope everything is okay.
Totally.
So we got a few other emails, and so we're just gonna do one more, and then we're gonna leave the others for the back burner for next podcast.
Yeah.
So this, I do love the topic of this question.
Oh, right.
It is from Anthony, and it says 18's question. Hello, Matt. This question is primarily for Matt Steele.
Primarily as in only for Matt Steele.
You can have opinions.
Maybe.
What is your reaction to the 18's reunion medley performance at Sweden's Eurovision selection contest, Melody Festivalen? Okay. You are the reason I know bops like Upside Down and Halfway Around the World. Thank you for introducing them into my life. I think they slayed and they all look hot. Anthony, I am so happy that I introduced the classic pieces of music that are Upside Down and Halfway Around the World to you. I watched this performance, and while I thought it was excellent, I am disappointed that Halfway Around the World was not performed. Instead, they opened with Mamma Mia because, they started as an ABBA cover group. And then they did Upside Down, and then they skipped the second album and went straight to Floor Filler, which is the first single off of their album after the Halfway Around the World's on album. And Floor Filler, is very fun, but where's Halfway Around the World? And then I was expecting Halfway Around the World's going to be the finale, and it ended up being Gimme, Gimme, Gimme a Man After Midnight. And it's we're going back to ABBA. Where's Halfway Around the World? It's fine because they did a great job. They did their classic poses where we're standing with our legs a little further than shoulder width apart. And we're standing there and we're pointing, and then we're going to do some poses, and then we're going to do some pivots. It's great. And remember when you were reacting on our 18's reaction video when I introduced them to you, Matt
Yeah, I
Palmer.
still have nightmares about it.
And I mean, it was a beautiful day in the Steele apartment. And Matt Palmer, I will never forget Matt Palmer just watching the music videos and going, I hear the girls singing and I see them lipping. I don't hear the boys singing, but yet I see them lipping. Why do I see the boys
That was my question.
Don't hear their voices? I will have you know, in this medley, you heard the boys.
Okay.
Singing. They were all singing in unison because there are no harmonies in 18's world.
Could be a con on the pro and con list.
When there's only 4, it's fine.
Okay.
When there's 5 people, it's too much. I'm looking at you, Girls Aloud.
Oh my God.
But
they didn't need that.
Girls Aloud needed a harmony. Girls Aloud
to catch that stray.
Has some really fun music, but I'm just begging for a harmony from Girls Aloud anywhere.
I knew what you meant, but you didn't have to say their names. I knew exactly who you were referring to.
We love them, but
they're
it's just I will never forget listening to those Girls Aloud albums and just being they're not going to harmonize ever. But anyway, so 18's the guys were singing.
Okay.
You just heard them faintly down the octave.
Oh.
Even in Gimme, Gimme, Gimme a Man After Midnight, it's even they're singing that they want a man after midnight.
Good for them.
So it was very nice to hear their voices as well. It was great to see them back. And I think Sarah is pregnant.
Oh.
Or I think I heard that she was pregnant. If I'm wrong, I'm sorry, Sarah. But they all looked so hot. They looked so good.
That's great.
And so there are rumors that there might be a tour happening. So I think that would be very exciting. I love the 18's. They're icons. They're legends. And I mean, Halfway Around the World, Justice for.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm glad you guys had a lot of fun, and I think that's beautiful.
It was beautiful.
So I only have a Giving Me Moments. Do you have 2 game minutes?
I only have a Giving Me Moments.
Okay. I worry that I talk about this every week on the podcast, but I just have to say, this last episode of The Fucking Traitors was so incredible, and I was filled with joy watching it from beginning to end. And spoilers for The Traitors if you're not caught up on season 2, but man, oh man, the fact, if you could explain to me, because I've been watching some of the post-game interviews with Dan, and he's tried to explain this to me, and I never fully got it. If you were him, and there was already some heat on Parvati, why would you not say, guys, yes, I will go with you. I'm going to go and say that Parvati is a traitor and not me. If you had to throw one of your traitors under the bus as a last-ditch effort, why because the thing is, if you haven't watched the episode, he chooses to go after Phaedra, who is the 3rd traitor among them and is a Housewives of Atlanta alum and currently on Married to Medicine, and she is an incredible wordsmith. She's a lawyer. So he comes into the final round table after this great episode of TV and says, you know, had my eye on one person and like, you guys, let's play a game and you listen to me.
Here's the fucking thing. I'm sorry, I'm going to interrupt you. The second Dan Giesling says, we're going to play a game, you know he's up to some fucking bullshit. And he's about to be like the devil. So like the fact that he did it a third time,
right.
like for another season of television, I was so triggered. I was like, they're not falling for this. They're not.
And they didn't.
Continue.
And so it goes down the list of all the people who have not gotten anyone voting for them during any of the previous weeks, and winds up saying, I've been looking at Phaedra this entire time. Everyone loves you so much. Why did you vote this way on Ekin-Su? Why were you're always giving such big reactions in the morning after people get, you know, killed, and it seems fake. And which I love when Kate Chastain jumped in. It's like, so not my Burgalicious upset you. That caused you trauma. Great. She was so good. And so Phaedra, it's just like, everybody knows the reason I went after Ekin-Su is because I didn't believe her thing with Janelle, and I love Bergie. Why would I want to get him out? Why would I want to kill him? And she had him on his back, you know, on his heels a little bit in a way that he wasn't expecting. Because again, Dan's biggest issue in this game is, one, being incredibly too quiet for this first half of it, and two, underestimating any person that wasn't on a competition reality show. And Phaedra is a wordsmith. She is a lawyer. She knows how to play this game well, and you're not going to back her against a wall and have her not fight back, and she's going to hold a grudge. Like, apparently Dan's like, she's still mad at me. I've tried to talk to her over like social media and she won't have it. But it was thrilling and it was wonderful, and I loved that everyone rallied behind Phaedra and no one bought Dan's thing. I am a little worried because Trishelle was like, which by the way, Trishelle has not been the brightest bulb to me up until this very moment, but she popped in and was like, I feel like if this was Dan's last ditch effort, he was going after a traitor. Mm-hmm. So we need to think about if Phaedra is actually a traitor. And I'm like, oh,
Trishelle
guys,
is correct.
Get Trishelle out, because I want Phaedra to win the entire thing. But Peter Pilot's not onto that yet, so I need to keep Trishelle and Peter apart. And now Parvati and Phaedra have offered that Peter join them as the new traitor. Do you think he's going to take it?
The thing is, I don't.
Really?
I don't think he's going to take it.
Wow.
I think Peter is so gung-ho, I am a faithful, that he really will be like, fuck the traitors. I can win this on my goddamn own.
But at the end of the episode, he was like, I don't see a way I stay alive if I don't take it. Do you think that was a misdirect? And that he's really just not going to take it and figure out a way?
But if... I don't know. I don't know.
Okay.
It is hard to know what's happening. The thing is, like, I imagine Dan and Parvati had a closer relationship much prior to this show than he ever did with. He probably never assumed he would ever meet Phaedra in like his life. And so he's probably closer to Parvati. But no matter what the reason is, the reason could literally have just been Dan knows how to put on a show. Dan knows how to create television, and he knows, if I go after Parvati, like, sure, that's like the obvious thing to do. That'll help. Like, maybe it wouldn't have, but it maybe would help keep me in the game longer. But if I go after Phaedra, she will, like, the look on her face when he started going, I have never seen someone just look so visibly furious at someone, like, on reality television ever, and not be able to say anything. And like, you could like feel the breath in her body like go to her head, and she like has to swallow it down. Like, you know what's going on in her head, and she just flawlessly like gave it back to him. So I think he wanted that. I think he was just like, you know what, if I'm going out, I'm gonna create some damn TV.
I think he really thought he was gonna convince people to go against Phaedra.
I think Dan knew his days were very numbered.
I just feels like he has torpedoed her game for no reason, when it could have just been me and Parvati are having, like, people were already talking about Parvati. Why not just be like, yeah, it's her, and like get the heat off me, maybe even get her out. But now he's kind of torpedoed her game a little bit in a way that I didn't enjoy.
Because then maybe like if you split the difference, like you create more chaos, which maybe like helps one of them stay longer or something, or even him stay longer. Like if we're shooting shots at all different people, maybe much like voting for album of the year, like if certain people like split votes, like he remains safe, you know, in some sort of fashion. Cause then maybe like a bunch of heat is going to Parvati or Phaedra, and he ends up like benefiting from like a split vote situation.
Well, I'm glad it didn't work. I think Dan is great. I watched him on that season with Ian where he got second place, and he's excellent, but he's not as good at this game. It had been a long time, and it was time. It was time for him to go. He had squeaked by 2 weeks prior, and, he did everything he could do, but I'm still rooting for Phaedra to win it all one way or another. Are you enjoying this season of Traitors more than last season?
Oh, significantly more.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
I know you still have problems with the game, but
with the game itself, but like the personalities do make it very fun to watch. And so I am enjoying it.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, that's my giving me moments. Matt Steele,
beautiful.
What's been giving you moments this week?
It's also a reality show.
Oh, let's hear it.
I will say I'm currently watching this might be like a horrible comparison.
Okay, I'm nervous.
I'm kind of watching if the Zone of Interest were a reality show, that is what I'm watching right now.
I don't understand.
Because I'm currently watching Big Brother Canada 8. And I'm watching a bunch of people in a house living their lives when some real awful shit's happening on the outside, and they're not, I mean, the Zone of Interest, they were aware, but like in the Big Brother Canada house, they are not aware of what is happening outside.
And are you in March at this point when they're filming? What date is it?
For those of you who don't know, Big Brother Canada, I'm, binging all of the Big Brother Canada seasons. I'm on to 8. Season 8 is the season that famously they went through about 2.5 weeks of filming, and then they had to cancel the season because COVID happened.
Right.
And so they are in the house like end of February, beginning of March, and they have no clue what is happening on the outside. But when I tell you, this cast is playing the fuck out of this game. This is like an all-star cast of Big Brother. Like so many amazing, amazing characters. And the game is so good. I'm like a little over halfway done this season. But I mean, it's only 11 episodes this
I
season.
assume it's short.
And so, but still the cast is delivering so well. Like Min Lee. There's a woman named Min Lee, and she is, I don't know how old she is, 23. I'm just going to put that number out there. She is young, and she is full of life, and she is the best person the show has ever cast.
On Big Brother or
on Big Brother Canada.
Oh, wow.
I'm sorry. Like, I realize, love Netta, love Ika, love everyone. But Min Lee is a star. She went into that house guns blazing. The way she is able to read people, the way she is able to like sort of manipulate people and to like plant like seeds in everyone's head. But the thing is, she's also very confrontational. And she has this showmance with this other kid named Jamar, who's like 22 or something. And he's just hilarious and like ridiculous. He's just like a fun kid. And like all they do is like insult each other and just be like, but I think you're hot. It's like, yeah. And then they're sitting there this one day and they're just like talking and sitting next to each other. And then Min Lee like puts her like hoodie up and she just goes, well. And he goes, what? And she just goes, I'm waiting. And he goes, waiting for what? And she goes, what do you think? And he goes, and then he like leans in and kisses her, and then like they kiss, and then like they stop, and she's like, "Okay, like that's enough." Like, and
it's so weird.
And she like they had this HOH competition where you have to like knock people out by like putting balls in like their tube or whatever.
Okay.
So she's just like, I just kind of like decided to like go after Angie's tube just because I felt like it, and like she'll probably be mad at me, but I don't care. And so Angie like confronts her after she gets her out, and Angie's like, Min Lee, like what the fuck? Like what? Clearly like you're going after me in this game, and like I'm a like target for you. And Min Lee's like, what would give you that impression? Like no, I was just putting balls in your tube, just blah blah blah. Like she's just such good television. It's such a good season of Big Brother, but the entire time I'm watching it, there's just like this undercurrent of just like, oh no, like
COVID's
I
about
know
to happen.
what's about to happen, and I'm like so devastated, like for like because I'm brought back to that time in like all of our lives that was like so crazy, but also like I feel so bad for these people because like they're going through this whole rigmarole and none of them are ever gonna finish this game that they like worked so hard to, this show that they worked so hard to get on, and I just got to the first live episode where there's no studio audience, and Arissa is like in there. And she announces, like, as you can see, we don't have a live studio audience today due to COVID-19 precautions, but we are excited to have the audience back soon. We're real excited to have, and I'm just like, girl, it's not going to happen.
It's not
like,
going to be soon.
No one knew what was about to go down. So it's like a deeply unsettling viewing experience, but yet so thrilling because it's such a good season.
I feel like
everyone
they should
is so good.
Bring that cast back to do a makeup season.
I'm dying. Like I would love just like, listen, I will donate $20 to the cause, maybe even 50, like to like for producers to be like, hey, it's an off season because they film in the winter. If some fall or something, if they brought the cast back just to finish the season off, like, I mean, that would be a lot of money. That would be a lot of money and time. I know, but I don't know if any of the cast members from season 8 come back in any of the subsequent seasons. Like they've had a 9 and a 10 and an 11, and they're about to start 12. But like, if you bring someone back, you got to bring Min Lee. Min Lee is everything. That is my girl, and she and Jamar are so much fun together. I love all of them. And it's just I'm feeling a lot of feelings.
It seems like
I'm watching this season of television.
Oh, well, guys, this has been lovely. I'm glad we had the Grammy breakdown. We got to answer some emails. We got to talk about our favorite reality shows. Is there anything else you want to tell the people before we sign off the podcast?
I don't think so, guys. It's been a long night.
It has been.
But we still made it here for you because we love you, goddammit.
I know, we do love you very much. Thank you so much for watching and or listening. We'll be back soon with more 2 Gay Mats.
Bye.
Bye. Yes.
I believe the fans and some of them donated $5,000 to Jamar.
Did they really?
Oh, is that like in an episode where they voted for like him to get a prize or something? I've only gotten to episode 6, I think it is.
And it's 6 of 11.
Yeah, 6 out of 11.
Wow.
BB Can 8 was only 2 weeks and only had one self. Oh, I don't want to know. I know that only one person gets really genuinely evicted. The first person self-evicted. And then the second person was really evicted. And then 2 other people like leave for some other reason. I don't want to know how. I don't want that spoiled.
All right. We don't want that spoiled. Oh, so yeah, lots of feelings going on today. Lots of Grammys, lots of 18s. Did Matt P get his Apple Vision Pros? I didn't. I thought I should wait until they get a little bit better. I've been watching reviews nonstop though. And I'm like, ooh, it is going to be great when I have them.
Sure.
But I just need it to be like version 2 or 3. I need it to just get a little bit better, a little bit sharper. Ooh. There's going to be a moment.
I see all that shit in people's eyes, and I'm just like, couldn't be me.
I mean, once I get them at some point, we're going to do a video of you trying them on because it's going to be so much fun. You're going to hate it.
I like any sort of like VR. I refuse to do like a virtual reality anything. I refuse to wear sunglasses. But I'll do it for the content.
That's true.
I'll do it
content
for the.
Comes
I'm
first.
so brave. A good watch is YouTubing all the other Big Brothers telling them about COVID. No, the money wasn't part of the show. It was from fans post-season.
Oh my gosh! Why him specifically? Did people just like him a lot?
He reminds me of like the kids that I work with.
Really?
Like, he's just so ridiculous. Like, yeah, it's such a good cast. It's such a good cast.
All right. I'm glad you love it.
What are you gonna do?
Big Brother is real. They were in lockdown during Kobe's death and COVID, and they continued the season and then made a video for them to watch during the finale. Oof.
Oh, God. A video for them to watch during the finale? A video of what? Like all the scary shit?
Matt Steele, what do you think of Deal or No Deal Island with Boston Rob? I don't know what that means.
I don't know what that means.
Okay, great.
Is it like a mixture of Deal or No Deal and Survivor? And
is Boston Rob a Survivor person?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Brother what are we talking about?
I don't know.
I don't know.
We're just talking.
Big Brother is real. Oh yeah, they said that. I think she was just excited.
Oh, I think we're talking about Taylor on stage with Celine.
Taylor doesn't have beef with Celine.
Yeah, I don't. That didn't come across on stage.
Guys. You'll see why they give him the money soon. Oh God, what?
It was technically his own fault. I'm nervous. What's going on?
What is going on in Big? I mean, I'm going home and watching an episode right away. Like, I'm so invested in this season that I know will have no ending.
Will have no ending.
It's fabulous. It's great.
That is wild.
I know.
I wonder how. I wonder what day they told them, and they were like, "We need to shut it down. Like, we really were going to try to do this."
Like producers, it was probably the
day Tom Hanks got it.
Like I don't remember what day, like in the COVID sphere.
Yeah.
It shut down. I could probably find that because the thing is, like, after each episode, I after each person gets like evicted or whatever, I go to the like Big Brother wiki page and I read up about that person and if there's any like trivia or whatever. And then after the whole season's done, then I read about the whole season, like how it was received, any like behind the scenes info that there's stuff.
Right.
Thank you for reminding me to get my pesto.
Yes.
Remind us to do a cameo. We have to do that.
Right. I forgot about the cameo.
And so I imagine like on the Wikipedia page, it'll say like, this was the day they told them like that they literally just like sat them, like went on the intercom. They were like, everyone gather in the living room. Cause I remember seeing that video.
Yeah.
Went like back in 2020 and just like, they sat them down. They're like, so you guys know about like, people were talking about this on the news like before you went in. Well, it's now a worldwide pandemic and we are canceling the season. And they're just sitting there like,
It's weird to think about like, when do you think we as like a culture are going to have fully like process that time in all of our lives? Like ever?
I don't know.
I don't know. What's that going to be?
It's so bizarre.
Oh, Padam Padam won a Grammy for Dance Record. We love that. We love that. Are you going to watch the new Love is Blind season? Maybe. Last season was so not good. So I'd love to hear that it's good before watching it. Palmer excited with Vision Pro. I am excited about it. I did not make the purchase, but I might go in and like have them show me it a little bit. I feel like you can set
Go
up.
in and test it
Yeah,
out.
apparently that's an option.
Please, those retail people at the Apple store want those sales. So they're like, yes, you would like to try it out.
I would love to try it
like,
out.
great, I'll wait 2 years for the third version. Thank you.
Did you guys already talk about the Grammys? Yes.
Ooh, girl,
Go back to the beginning. Go back.
It's all there.
Back to the beginning. Hillary?
When all the earth, the stars all align. Where was the Grammy for that?
I know, right?
I saw Dix the musical, the ending. I heard Dix was fun.
I heard it was fun. I didn't see it.
Yeah.
I assume it's streaming somewhere now, right? Or
sure. Yeah, where'd you see it? Where'd you see it,
Where'd you see it? Did you see it on your television? Because I'd watch it there.
They'd already filmed Love is Blind.
Up to season 9? What? What season have they released? Yes, we love that for Kylie. Her debuting in 1987. And
has she never won a Grammy before?
I think she has. I think she had. Let me look it up.
Oh, it just says winning a Grammy. It doesn't say winning her first Grammy.
No.
Okay, she has to have won a Grammy.
She absolutely.
Please.
Come on.
This is music we're talking about here. The Grammys do a few things wrong, but they do a few things right.
Let's see.
Metamorphosis.
She's won 2 Grammys.
Okay.
I'm trying to think of look at what. Where's the other one?
Even in the 90s, a teen group covering ABBA is still too wild. I want to say it was like 2000, actually.
Oh, she won for "Come Into My World" from the 46th Grammy Awards. It's a great song. Come into my world.
I think this will be Taylor's first flop era. I don't foresee that for this era. I don't foresee that.
No,
I don't foresee that for this album.
No, I don't think that.
I think people are still a buzzing about her, and I don't think she's gonna do anything like so insanely extreme that will cause people to be like, oh,
no way. She's not one to do that kind of thing. Go off script in that way. Oh, Jimmy's here because Hillary Duff was mentioned. How many did CSNY win? I don't know what CSNY is.
CSNY.
Yes, we love Kylie. How about Jay's speech? That was really a moment. We did talk about that. Metamorphosis, great. All good stuff. All good stuff.
You know what, guys? You gotta just enjoy it. As Miley told us in her speech, that may or may not have been cult-induced.
We decided it wasn't.
Apparently it wasn't. We're looking optimistically that all of us are spectacular and all of our lives are. Well,
you have to take that in for yourself.
You have to
take that in for yourself.
Our lives
life
have the potential to be great.
Would you call your life great now?
Yeah, I would call it lovely with people who I love very much.
That's
I could say it could be better.
Okay.
I have notes.
What would be the number one note?
Ooh. I wish my restaurant didn't take pesto off the menu.
Oh. That is a
and
tough
that
change.
way, like whenever I have my little lunch break or whatever, I could still eat
pesto.
Pesto. Goodness.
How are y'all going to schedule all the albums releasing this year? It's looking like a lot. Well, the only ones that we're definitely doing right now are Dua Lipa whenever it comes out, unless it comes out the same month as something else. But maybe we still will. Ariana March 8th, and now Taylor in April.
I bet you Dua Lipa was like holding off to be like, Taylor's about to drop
she's
something.
dropping something. Let's move it to May.
Yeah.
Which is fine.
Oh, and Casey Musgraves like announced her album
she
like during the
did.
Grammys, like
She
in a
did.
commercial, and
I'm sure it'll be great.
yes, but I bet she's just like, God damn it, Taylor.
I know. I know. I see 2GM live on my homepage and I think, oh, good, the news is on. That's fun.
Thank you.
I think of us. That's the thing. We did say we're journalists first.
Where's our fucking Pulitzer?
Peabody.
Our Nobel Prize.
Yeah, Nobel Prize. That's probably the first prize
Come
we're going to get.
on.
The Nobel.
Yeah.
Hey, this year, maybe sometime, we're going to get that 100,000 YouTube plaque.
Yeah, that'll
first
be our
prize.
Nobel Prize.
That will be our prize.
Same thing.
Matt still wants it bad. I want it bad too.
Yeah.
But I can wait for it.
Yeah, so everyone subscribe.
Yes,
Everyone
if
who's
you're new
here,
like and
we
subscribe.
do this shit all the time.
Yes, we have lots of videos.
Once a week, every Sunday.
Yes, live streams.
Usually a little earlier.
Usually it's 6:30 p.m. Pacific, and it's a little later at night because, the Grammys took precedence.
You know? And we're journalists.
We're journalists first.
So,
absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. I think that's all I got.
That's all we got. We got to do a cameo.
We do.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see you all very soon. Have a great night. Happy Grammys.
Happy Grammys.